Hey there, booktubers. Hope everybody's having a great day. I just wanted to take a quick moment to discuss a edition of a book that I got yesterday that I absolutely love. I know the other day I was talking about my Macmillan version of Moby Dick and how cool I think that is, and how I don't really have a lot of beautiful edition books necessarily, but that I'm starting to try to kind of grow my collection in that sense. But people have just been so kind in what they've either given to me as gifts or told me about, where I can find certain types of books. Anyway, I received this as a gift yesterday for my birthday, along with my Incredible Hulk socks, which are awesome. And you might be able to see behind me, my sister-in-law did this amazing quilt that features books. On the back end, there are library cards. It's the coolest quilt ever made, and I'm so happy to have it here in my chair, here with me. And so along with the book themes that I love, getting gifts that relate to books, of course, but I received this Harper Muse Pretty Book Collection edition of one of my favorite novels of all time, The Great Gatsby. Let me move that away for you. This is they're pretty book / painted editions of great works of literature. These original cover paintings are by Lacey Fowler, and she has just done a gorgeous job with The Great Gatsby. You can't see it in the video as much, but it is textured. They call that embossed. I'm not exactly sure, but there's a texture dimension to it that is super cool. I've just been doing this since I got it, weirdly. And so that is the front cover. You can just see the gold title there, Gatsby's Mansion. And if you look, that's the cool thing about these painted classic editions. There are just cool little details. I'm not even looking at it too intently these first few days because I want to catch things just by chance when I look. But I have already noticed Gatsby down there, or someone. It's got to be Gatsby. And then the back cover here, and it features, and again, gold lettered quote: "Let us learn to show our friendship for a man when he is alive and not after he is dead." We should all kind of remember that and reach out to a friend. Beautiful painting. You can't probably see it here again because my camera's, I know it's awful, I've been told. But there is in here a little shadow of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg from the novel. The wrought with symbolism, Dr. T.J. Eckelberg, that hovers, his spectacles and his blue eyes hovering over the ash heaps in the land of ash there, in scenes from The Great Gatsby, of course, that imply and suggest all the different existential, lonely, empty parts of this novel that are wrapped up, can be summarized in certain ways by the Dr. T.J. Eckelberg and what he symbolizes as just one of many parts to the gorgeous layered intensity and beauty and lyrical beauty of The Great Gatsby. And I think that's what's great about this version too. I spoke in another video about how The Great Gatsby's covers have just not been, for me, I've not really enjoyed too many covers. I'll see a cover and, oh, they got a new one out, and I'll pull it off the shelf at a bookstore, and I'm just not impressed, because to me it doesn't capture not only the grandeur of and the meretricious perhaps aspect of those people of wealth in East Egg, and Gatsby's own kind of concept and dream of what might make him happy, and this does what it normally does. The other books, they'll just have, they might just have a mansion, and that's supposed to represent the novel and the wealth imbued in the novel, and it doesn't capture what's great about the book, the emptiness of all this, and the layered aspects of loneliness, and the various characters and how they deal with that loneliness and what that means. And I think this art, it's beautiful initially looking at it, but then when you look deeper, you see the different layers, like T.J. Eckleburg's glasses, the shadow hanging over the moon, and the gray moon, right, and the shadow of Gatsby down here, kind of distance from all this grandeur. So anyway, you go on and on about a kind of critical look at just this painting before you even open the pages of the book. Of course, when you do open it, you've got, again, always a great feature is a beautiful blue ribbon. And then there are little glyphs, little champagne glyphs that are featured on the pages. And I like that kind of motif. I think I said in the past, the champagne glass motif, I did find more along the lines of that empty kind of book cover. But I think when it's actually in the novel, as represented in these little breaks, it kind of reinforces that emptiness. And you could argue that the tipped champagne glass could represent something. I don't know. But I do like it in this context. So I don't want to be hypocritical here. And within the book, there are these lovely little insets of quotes here that also feature that cover art around it. A handful of those throughout the novel. Of course, you have the gold end papers there. Looks wonderful. And then I hope you can see the spine okay. Sorry about my camera. I know. Looks like I'm a 12-year-old with his little pink little camera like my niece used to have that took like a megabyte or something. But maybe I'll work on that one day. Right now, I'm much more concerned about getting books than getting a new camera. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that book for a second and show you how beautiful it is. And if you see a copy, I certainly suggest picking it up. They have some wonderful other beautiful paintings by Lucy Fowler of Jane Eyre and Frankenstein. Some other, just classic editions that they're doing. But this certainly was a surprise to me that when I received it yesterday, and I'm very grateful for that. So everybody has a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.